those teams that we're looking at right now are out. Bosco, number 10.
Bosco's out.
Centennial.
Centennial's out. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Everyone else is either won a state title, been talking about them today, or they'll be playing next week, or you're in Texas and you go 2 days before Christmas pretty much.
Yep. So we'll be talking about some big games coming up here in a minute.
Florida's got some...
I mean, every game around the country right now is big.
I've always said, you know, if you're playing in December, you're pretty good.
Whether you're in Salinas or you're in
the bigger question
Texas.
is, are you going to make that road trip?
We'll see.
He's going. You can book it.
All right, we are live here on Facebook, or you may be joining us on Max Preps, whether it is on either site. Good thing is we're talking about high school football in December, all big games. Zach Poff, Steve Montoya. Let's talk about some big football games going on around the country. Leave your comments. We'll get to those if you want to talk about some games that we're not hitting on. But, Zach, let's begin this show off in the state of Florida.
Yeah, and we're going to start right in that 6A state title game between Northwestern and Armwood. You know, Northwestern this year, they hung with IMG for a little bit, ended up losing that game. That was one of their 2 losses, but they're rolling right now. They beat a very good Miami Central team twice. They beat a very good Carroll City team twice. Absolutely loaded with talent. You're going to look at Devod Wilson there, one of the best corners, also a big-time punt returner. Tutu Atwell at quarterback, Demetrius Mays at linebacker. They're ready to win a state title. If they do, it'd be their first since 2007 when Ja'Cory Harris was under center there. And you look at Northwestern in the past, they've had some ballers, Amari Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Ja'Cory Harris, obviously, you know, I got to throw out my buck there. Levante David, big-time Mike linebacker. But this team's got some studs also, led by Tutu Atwell, as we brought up there. And they're going to be the favorite tonight, but they're playing a very good Armwood team. Armwood was the only new team in this top 25 this week. And you're getting a look at Brian Sneed right there, a top 100 recruit in the 2018 class. He's Ohio State commit, one of the best running backs in all of Florida. They got some studs on offense too. Devin Black at quarterback, Jerome Ford, Warren Thompson. Defense has been lights out, especially in the playoffs. Steve, they've only allowed 20 yards rushing total in 4 playoff games so far. Yeah, James Miller, a stud. You know, Fitzroy Gardner, absolute stud too. They have nearly 30 sacks this year. So this is going to be a fun game. Big-time defenses for both teams. Armwood's been in the state title. This is their 4th time in the last 5 years. Northwestern here for the first time since 2008. You know, this is a pick'em game. I think Armwood might pull the upset tonight, but we'll have to wait and see. So it's going to be a good one, though.
All right, we got some comments coming in. Narbonne and Crenshaw going at it. That's a good game out in Southern California. Mater Dei getting some love. Now, Mater Dei
get a week off.
They get a week off, automatic bye into the Open Division, and they'll play De La Salle, another highly ranked team in the nation. For sure, Allen is getting a lot of talk.
We're going to talk about them later.
We'll talk about Allen and their game coming up. But let's go to California now and some big games. And Folsom has always been kind of a bubble team for you.
Yeah, and after we talk about this, we'll show up the next 5 teams. Folsom's a part of that, and you know, 14-0 this year. This team knows how to score points. You know, averaging right around 50 points a game. Caden Bennett, you know, he's having a big-time year at quarterback. He's got, what, 4,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing.
And they Joe put on a show against St. Mary's there.
Yeah, that game was 34-7 in the second quarter. So, you know, Folsom, if they win this game and then win a state title next week, they're going to most likely be in the top 25 to end the season. And obviously, you talk Folsom, you got to talk Joe Nada. That kid's an absolute stud, 2019 receiver, over 1,500 yards receiving and 22 touchdowns. But the team they're playing, though, the boys out in Fresno at Central High School, their only loss this year was to De La Salle. Just like Folsom, they got a big-time offense, too. You know, Trent Tompkins has been balling this year. That cheerleader needs to chill out with their pom-pom there in the screen. But Jacob Torres, too, has been a stud for Central High School. Now, Michelle, if we get a chance, can we pull up that next 5 graphic? And these are the 5 teams that are just outside of the top 25 rankings. And, you know, you're going to have Folsom's right there, Colquitt County, And North Gwinnett's also
it's a
there
good graphic
too.
That we got.
Yeah,
down there.
I know. I'm trying to remember them all. And Venice is also there. And Venice is playing Bartram Trail tonight for a Florida State championship. I might not even have thrown it in the folder. It could have been my fault too.
Yeah, she should yell at us. If not. What was that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not there.
But
all right.
also too, you know, Folsom's number 27, I believe. Venice was number 26. Or actually, Colquitt County's 26, and they play North Gwinnett for the 7A Georgia State title tonight. So one of those teams are going to have a chance to get in. If Venice beats Bartram Trail tonight in the Florida 7A State Championship, they're going to be right on the fringe too. And I think Denton Ryan out in Texas was number 30. So all 5 of those teams are right there. You win a state title in California, Florida, or Texas. That, you know, it's
You're doing
large
pretty good.
implications. Bigger than winning the Big Ten conference championship, I guess, because that still didn't get Ohio State in.
All right, yeah, Colquitt County's getting some love on here.
Yeah. You know, you got to talk about Coach Props too when you talk Colquitt County.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's one of the best high school football coaches, and if they win tonight or tomorrow night, actually, it would be his 3rd state title since 2014. So,
All right, let's stay in California just for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
and you got a good one. Helix and Oaks Christian.
yes, sir. And you know, Helix 619 boys down in San Diego. Anytime you talk Helix, you got to talk that man right there, Isaac Taylor Stewart, 5-star corner, number 2 corner in the 2018 class. Absolute playmaker. I've been saying this, man. He's the best cat they've had since Reggie Bush back in the day. Reggie Bush going to be at the game tonight, so that's how you know this is a big-time ball game.
Or Alex Smith.
Yeah, sorry. He's about to get his job taken by Patrick Mahomes, so sorry, Alex. But and they're playing Oaks Christian. Oaks Christian doesn't have anything on Huddle, so I couldn't show you any clips of Kayvon Thibodeau. This dude's the number 1 recruit overall in the 2019 class. D-end, big-time guy, 20 sacks this year. And, you know, Oaks Christian, they got some momentum. They knocked off Upland, and then they knocked off a very good Valencia team to to get to this far in the playoffs, and they're 1 win away from getting to that 1AA CIF state championship game. And they're doing this all without one of their best players, Bo Calvert, linebacker, hurt his foot, broke his foot back in October. Defense has picked him up, led by you know, Kayvon Thibodeau. It's nice to have the number 1 guy in the 2019 class.
That's for sure. All right, Allen and Trinity getting
Yeah.
a lot of love. We'll get to them here in a bit. That game's a good one, though. And there's I mean, just in general, state of Texas, big showdowns. They're going all the way until Christmas, though.
Yeah.
Right before the weekend before.
There's a chance Katie
Christmas Eve.
and Allen could play in the 6A Division I UIL Texas State Championship game. That would be a big game. But as you said, in the state of Texas, you know, anything can happen. We'll see if that game actually goes down. A lot of people thought that Allen and Lake Travis would play last year, but the Woodlands knocked off Allen in the semifinals. So.
Yep. All right. Let's stay with Texas.
Yeah.
What do you got going on in that state?
Yeah, let's
start with Katy.
Yeah, Katy
All
North
right,
Shore.
here we
This is
go.
a big time game, and anytime you talk Katy, you got to talk, you know, big time running game and a great defense. That's DeAndre Glass right there, one of the top guys in 2019. The defense has been lights out for Katy this year. There's Kashawn Rowe giving us one of the best pick sixes we've seen all season long, and they're allowing less than 6 points per game this year. They've allowed 7 points or less in 8 of their last 10. And they're going to go ahead and play the winner. If they beat North Shore, obviously, they will get the winner of Lake Travis, last year's Division I 6A region winner, and they're playing O'Connor, so that's going to be a big game. Let's check out North Shore real quick. They're 9-3 this year. They're playing their best football, though. They've won 7 games in a row. Katy's looking to avenge the loss last year. North Shore knocked Katy out of the playoffs last season in the 3rd round. It's a very young team. They got 2 of the best underclassmen in the country, 2020 running back Zachary Evans, and they have a freshman quarterback, Demetrius Davis, under center. He's a name to remember. He's going to be a big-time player. We're going to find out, though, if the freshman's ready for Katy's defense tonight. That's going to be a big game. Some people are thinking upset here with North Shore, but I think Katy's defense is just they got a veteran group out there. They got a decent quarterback, but they have a big running game with Oglesby and the previously mentioned DeAndre Glass.
All right, and there's another big game in Texas, according to our comments here. Liberty Hill against Waco La Vega.
Yeah.
Let's go Panthers there in the comments. But Allen and Trinity,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of Texas football, if you just kind of name some teams, those are 2 teams that always come in mind.
Yeah.
And they play this weekend. Good one.
It seems like they always play in the playoffs. This will actually be the 6th meeting between the two since 2008 in the playoffs. The Allen Eagles have won 3 of the previous 5. You're going to look at Theo Weiss right there. He's a stud wide receiver, arguably the best among all juniors. They've been depending on Brock Sturgis running the rock a lot too. He's been big time for Allen. They're undefeated, 13-0. And Steve, if they beat Trinity, it'll be the 6th straight year they're in the semifinals, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And you're going to look at Trinity here. They've been rolling. They got a stud running back also, too. And they've won 10 in a row. They beat a very good Duncanville team a couple weeks ago. Last week they beat Midland Lee, and they're looking to knock off Allen this weekend. So I think Allen's going to find a way to win. And Trinity's got a good defense and a good running game, though, so we'll see.
All right, and there's some comments about high school having, if they did have like a college 4-game series. We happen to have something on the site right now that, you know, if we were to...
People are getting mad at me because I said Mater Dei would beat IMG Academy. I mean, they would.
So if you were to watch, if you were to put 2 high school teams up against each other right now, who would you want to see?
Mater Dei IMG.
Mater Dei IMG?
Yeah. I mean, they're 1 and 2. I understand it would be nice to see a Texas team maybe take on Mater Dei too. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see Allen or Katy play Mater Dei. But I think the majority of people would say they would love to see, if they could have a high school Super Bowl, it'd be Mater Dei and IMG Academy.
And you saw Mater Dei play last week, and you came back even more impressed than what you've watched on film.
Yeah, anytime, all right, you know how it is. You play a team twice. Usually the second time around you're very familiar. Mater Dei beat them worse the second time than they did the first time. Yeah, so, I mean, you beat St. John Bosco 49-24 in a big-time game like that, and a lot of people are always saying Mater Dei doesn't step up in big games.
Yeah.
So much for that.
Yeah, and St. John Bosco is no joke.
No joke at all.
They will beat 98% of the country.
They rolled Centennial 62-34 the week before. I know Tanner McKee wasn't playing. Still a very good Centennial team. And St. John Bosco had no trouble with them. And Mater Dei is the best team I've seen since I've worked here for 4 years.
All right. Good stuff there. Lamont says Central Folsom should be a good game tonight. That's for sure. Probably a shootout going on.
I'm going to go with Folsom there.
Tabaro and Mount Airy playing. Mike says he went to and watched a Hawaii game, Kahuku against St. Louis a few weeks back. That was great atmosphere.
That was not only a great atmosphere, but that was one of the games of the year. You know, Kahuku was down big. They came back, took the lead, and then St. Louis answered back and scored a touchdown in the final minute to win their 2nd consecutive Open Division state championship. Those are both big-time teams. You know, St. Louis in the top 20. They were featured in the article we did, too. We would have them matching up. I think we had them matching up against De La Salle. I can't remember.
Yeah, you got to check that article out right now on the Max Preps homepage. Basically, we had a little fun. If high school was like college, how would the bowl games match up? All right, Nate says Trinity Christian Cedar Hill playing tonight. They are playing for a TAPS Division II title. Deion Sanders, one of the coach. We may have a lot more on that coming up down the road. Just a little.
Hey, Mo
little
Washington,
tease.
That dude is a baller. And obviously Deion's son, Shadur Sanders, at quarterback, only freshman. He's killing it too.
Yep, they have a lot of good players on that. And this should be a good one out in Texas. All right, Manville, Texas against Temple tonight.
What's
up, Larry?
Nice. Jalen Preston, dude. Manville, name to remember. He's one of the best players in the state.
All right, Ben Davis went undefeated. You have them in your top 10. You like Ben Davis a lot.
I'm a huge Ben Davis guy. Hey, Russell Wilson's MVP talks. Reese Taylor plays just like him, and he's in the High School Player of the Year talks too. And in that, the little, if we had fun, can make some bowl games. Rose Bowl, you usually have a West Coast team versus a Midwest team. So we put Ben Davis against St. John Bosco. We think that would be a fun game. Let's just say I might have picked the boys from Indiana.
All right. So any chance American Heritage and or Allen jump IMG in the rankings?
I would say even Katy has a chance to jump IMG Academy too. I would say those 2 teams along with Katy are the 3 that have a chance, because if you win that 6A D1 Texas State Championship, those are some good teams. There's 64 quality teams in that field. So I would say Katy and Allen have a better chance than American Heritage. But American Heritage, they still have a chance to win this week, win a state title, and then play in that Geico Showcase the next week, which would put them up against a top 25 team. It's looking like it might be Chandler, so that could be another quality win for them to get. All
right. With the fires going on in California, we wish everybody good luck in that, and hopefully everybody's safe. Christian, I would recommend following the CIF State on Twitter and social media. They've been updating if games have been moved or canceled, not canceled, but moved to different locations. So my recommendation would be to follow the CIF State on social media, as they have been updating as they change games. All right, Kemp versus Grandview tonight. New Mexico Teos getting some love. Thank you, Ron. And let's go back to a game and let's head back to the state of Texas right here.
We got one
and
more.
You got two good teams here, Westlake and Steele. All the good teams are still playing.
Don't make people mad in Texas. They're all good, right? Austin Westlake, man, 13-0, number 20 in our Excellent 25 rankings, presented by the Army National Guard. You're going to look at Nakia Watson there. He's one of the best running backs in the state. And you knew Westlake was rolling when they finally got that Lake Travis monkey off their back. They beat them about a month ago. A couple weeks ago, beat a very good Smithton Valley team, dominated them in the second half. They put up a 70 spot last week. They get a red-hot Cibolo Steel team. The squad's won 8 in a row since losing 4-5 to start the year. You're getting a look at 2018 Texas commit Caden Stearns. I believe he's the best defensive player in the Lone Star State. He's also really good at returning punts, as you see right there on the screen. And you got Brendan Brady in the backfield, too. This Steel team's rolling, man. This is going to be a fun game. And if Westlake's going to get an L, it might come this week against a very hot Cibolo Steel team.
All right. Yes, we will start talking basketball. We've already started our rankings up. We've got some basketball plays in our top 10 already, so basketball will be coming. That's for sure.
A team to keep tabs on this year is Mike Bibby's squad out in Arizona.
Yep.
Our guy Lyndon's been hyping them up, Shadow Mountain. I think they played Chino this weekend. So
it's something to do with former pro players.
Yeah.
Coaching good teams. You got Penny's team, number 1.
That's
you
right,
got Bibby's
Memphis
team
East.
in there.
Brandon Roy. Garfield, alma mater.
Call some old pro players. Get your coach at your team.
Right.
All right. More on that to come too. All right. Hey.
You've been plugging a little bit today. I love it, man.
Teasing. All right. If you're playing this weekend for high school football, you know you got a big game, and you know every single team that's playing this weekend are very good teams.
Very good.
Very good teams. All right. That's Zach Poff.
Real quick.
Steve Montoya.
Pennsylvania 6A state championship. Check it out tomorrow night. You got Pine Richland, St. Joseph's Prep.
That's the game of the week, right?
That's the game of the week. So you're gonna have to watch that. We check the site. We got the top 10 games. There's a lot on that one.
Yeah, I ruined that one. I skipped that game.
I slid it in though still. So
good. Yeah, check the site. Top 10 games of the week. Check the site. A lot of plugs here. We did our bowl, fun stuff. And if you're a basketball fan or winter sports, check the site. We got you covered too. All right. Thanks, everybody.